All right, team and family, you have the next 4 minutes to silent and solo. Complete the catalyst at the top and mad scientist dash at the bottom. Go ahead and click pause on the video to do that on your own right now. Ready, set, go. All right, hopefully you weren't a jerk and you actually hit pause. Talking to you, Chris. Now let's go over questions 1 through 3 first. Name 3 endangered species. I said the humpback whale, elephant, and panda. What is an endangered species? It's an organism at risk of being eliminated. And name 1 event that might cause a population to go extinct. I named 2. 1 is overhunting by humans for killing too many organisms, either for recreational uses, so thinking about the elephant. They are hunted in Africa for their tusks, which are made of ivory. Some people like to hang them on their walls. Other people use the ivory for different things. Or if we're hunting animals for their fur, like the chinchilla, was a big thing in the 90s when I was in middle school. Never mind. Or if organisms have a loss of habitat, which means that their habitat is being destroyed. Take a look at the bottom. It says what information is presented on the graph to the right. That information is here. So we see the pigeon population over 10 years. What happened to the population from year 1 to year 3? So we're looking, this is year 1, year 3. And we see that because that line is not going straight up to show a huge increase, however, it is going up. You can say the population increased, which means that we also want to say that there were more births than deaths. So births greater than deaths. What happened between years 4 and 5, which is this segment of the line? We know that that means since the line is going down, the population decreased. And we know that this means that there are more deaths than births. So we'll say deaths is greater than births. And what might have caused the change in population from year 8 to year 10? So what would be some reasons why the population would begin to increase again? We can say that there's more prey for the organism to eat. More prey for organisms. Or less predators. There are less organisms out there that are eating pigeons. Our so question for today is how do organisms respond to change in their habitat? We're going to talk about something that's happening right in our own state that is impacting not just the organisms that live in different ecosystems, but the human population as well. Let's go ahead and turn the page. So the first thing I want you to do is go to youtube.com. You're searching for the video titled Habitat Destruction. What you're going to do is only go to that video, and it should look like this. You want to go ahead and play that video out loud right now. After you are done watching the video, go ahead and answer questions 1 through 8 and the gist statement below. Go. Alrighty, let's go ahead and review these answers together. So number 1 said name 3 reasons for deforestation. And the term deforestation means just the loss of trees. So we're talking about trees being cut down or entire forests being cleared. We use them for natural resources. So we're cutting down more trees for natural resources. We need room to grow. So a lot of times you'll see forests are being cleared so we can build schools, we can build shopping malls, we can build homes, and room for infrastructure. Again, homes, businesses being built. What do we do as humans for money can lead to animal conservation and natural resources being used. What 2 things are caused by humans' use of natural resources? Overpopulation and pollution. What are humans using animal habitats for? Survival and to live. So even though ecosystems and our outside environments are home to many animals, they're also home to us. And so there has to be a balance between what we're using and what we're leaving natural for organisms to live and survive. What can happen to animals if we continue to use their habitats? Animals can go extinct. What are 2 ways you can help the environment? We can conserve energy, recycle, and conserve water. So this means when you are brushing your teeth in the morning, Greg, you're not just letting the water run while you're checking your Instagram, your Snapchat. You use only what you need. What is the Northern Gateway Pipeline? It's a pipe that is carrying oil across several hundreds, maybe thousands of miles. The big piece is that it is carrying oil. Excuse me. What would happen if there was an oil spill at the Northern Gateway pipeline? It would destroy several habitats. So we've seen what oil spills have done in the Gulf. Imagine if that happened on land. Then it says right there just below, what is the main idea from the video? Human activity, the increase of the human population and the use of natural resources has led to the destruction of several animal habitats and puts some populations at risk of extinction. Right, if you need to pause the video here or rewind to go back to make sure you get all these down, go ahead and do that at this time. If not, go ahead and turn the page. Let's talk more about the destruction of habitats. We're going to read the text and take a look at the images. They should be a little bit clearer on your page. Here we go. The Mississippi River is a powerful geologic force that shaped the state of Louisiana. The currents carry sediments, or soil particles, over large distances and deposit them where plants can grow. Humans have been altering Louisiana wetlands since the 1930s. The oil and gas industry has drilled more than 50,000 wells, that's a really big hole, and dredged thousands of miles of canals, which means that we've like dug a ditch in the middle of the land where pipelines are laid and boats can transport these materials. This slicing and dicing of our coastal wetlands is now accelerating the rate of their degradation. So circle the word degradation and that really means destruction. So we have a picture of the Louisiana coast. It looks like in the 1800s and another one in the 1900s. And we can see there's lots of land here, lots of land here, this strip of land here. And those things don't exist in the bottom picture. So if we're making an inference of what has happened over time, we can say that over time, no, go ahead and whisper it. Whisper it to me, lean in real close. Over time, uh-huh, uh-huh. Yeah, the impact of the oil and gas industry has resulted in the loss of land, on top of natural erosion happening from the Gulf and from the Mississippi River. So, what is the difference between the two pictures from 1853 and 1978? There is more land present in 1853. What do you notice about the amount of water versus the amount of wetlands in the bottom picture? Uh-oh. I didn't leave a space for that, so just go ahead and answer that question at the bottom. The amount of water is much greater in the more recent photo. What does the paragraph mean by humans have been altering Louisiana wetlands? The big focus here is on the word altering. It means that humans have changed the conditions of the wetland. And this means we've changed how much land is available, how much water is now currently there. There's now more than there was before. We've changed the amount of space that organisms have to actually live on top of. What does the paragraph mean by accelerating the rate of their degradation? It means that we are destroying the wetlands at a very fast pace. Okay? If you need to pause the video here to get these down, go ahead and do that. If not, go ahead and turn the page and continue. Then you have two organisms that may depend on our marshes and wetlands for their habitat. What impact would this change in the wetland have on their lives? Then I want you to create a food chain from the food web on the previous page and answer the main idea question. You're going to do those three parts on your own. Go ahead and take 4 minutes and pause the video to do that right now. All right, let's take a look at the responses here. So number 5 says, think of two organisms that may depend on our marshes and wetlands for a habitat. What impact does this change in the wetland have on their lives? So I selected the robin and alligator lizard. I said that they will lose their food source due to the loss of land. So if we look on the food web, those are two organisms, the robin and the alligator lizard. They depend on worms, other insects and crickets that need land to live on. So if there is a loss of land, and that means that their prey is going to decrease, which means that their population numbers will also decrease. The next one says create one food chain from the food web. So I've chosen the maple tree, which is a producer, the cricket, which is a primary consumer, herbivore, which is energy to the alligator lizard, which is the secondary consumer, which is energy to the fox, the apex predator, or tertiary consumer. Make sure whatever organism you label here, you put its role underneath. Don't forget to add sunlight, which is the source for the entire ecosystem, and we'll draw an arrow going to the producer. So the main idea question, what has caused the destruction of wetland habitats in southern Louisiana? How has this impacted different populations of organisms in this habitat? What we need to say is that human activity, particularly that of the oil and gas industry, has led to the loss in habitat for the wetland habitat. Drilling wells and canals has caused the water levels to rise, resulting in a loss of land for many organisms. As a result, organisms have had to either move or die out due to the changing landscape. So again, without land to live on, without land to hunt on, a lot of these organisms have lost space. And that means that they are not going to be able to survive and thrive in these environments, which means they are either going to have to migrate or die. If you need to copy that down, pause the video or go ahead and rewind. Your answer does not need to sound exactly like this, just as long as you're hitting these key points. Evidence 5-2, you are going to do silent and solo. I'm going to grade this on my own. This is going to be a quiz grade, so make sure that you answer this completely. Don't forget your main idea question at the bottom. Now, once you have finished that, you're going to your exit ticket. So if you need to pause the video here to do evidence 5-2, go ahead and do that right now. And we're back. Exit ticket. What you're going to do is go to YouTube and search for the video titled Louisiana Disappearing, Living on the Brink of Climate Change. After watching the video, you're going to answer this question. What is causing the loss of wetlands in southern Louisiana, and what impact does it have on the human population in coastal areas? Finally, what can be done to restore the wetlands from further damage? So there are 3 parts of this question. What is causing the loss of wetlands? Who is being impacted by it? When I say who, I want to know specific cities that are referenced in the video. And finally, what can we do? How can we help? How can we stop or at least slow down the destruction of the coastal wetlands? Now, once you write your rough draft here, you are then going to go to Illuminate and type in your final response. We're getting ready for our end of the year exam. Make sure that you have hit all of the pieces in the advanced bucket. So again, first part of your exit ticket, you need to watch the video. I would encourage you to take notes as you're watching it. Second part, you're going to write your rough draft on the lines here. You're going to check, make sure you've included all of the pieces in the rubric, and then you're going to type in your answer and Illuminate. Excellent job today, Andrew. Super, super proud of you. Have a great day, guys. Good luck.